This week on Jason and Iyare at Large.
Okay, so we'll be talking about communicational etiquette.
Also, we'll be giving you some cookery tips.
And we'll be doing something else that I forget right now, but I'm sure it was good. Trust me.
What up, this Jay-Z kicking it with Jason and Iyare.
You're listening to Jason and Iyare.
Welcome once again to a Jason and Iyare at Large podcast. Everybody on the net, big up yourselves.
Yeah, give yourself a massive pat on the back.
Apparently, British babes are interrupting sex to answer their phones. A poll found that 15% more women than men took a call during sex. There must be a lot of bad sex going on.
Because you shouldn't get that distracted by your phone.
Seriously, if you're doing sex right, you wouldn't notice that the phone was ringing.
Thank you very much.
Come on, man, what's going on?
Do you know what I mean? Somebody is doing it wrong.
What would suggest is that there's more women than men sitting around during sex going, yeah, this is a bit rubbish. Oh, is the phone ringing? Great. Saved by the bell.
Yeah.
Then there must be a lot of geezers out there that's like their game is not really there in order to kind of, have
keep
a
them
statistic
occupied.
like that.
You're a guy, I'm a guy. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there's something we can do for guys to make sure. Actually, this is even better. You're a guy who's in a relationship.
Yeah.
So obviously you've now mastered, because you managed to hold down this relationship for a while.
Yeah.
So you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Give the guys a tip.
My girlfriend's never picked up the phone during sex. That's
Okay.
because I have elaborate...
Because you don't.
Well, no.
Have sex.
No, I have elaborate jamming equipment in our bedroom. Which
Ah.
means the phone signals can't get in.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so that's your tip.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? Jam the signal of her phone.
Right.
Or switch her
just
phone
touch it
off.
off.
Switch her phone off. Do you know what I mean? You know when you get that moment, just like you say, for instance, you're retiring to the bedroom, you go, hold on a minute, I'm just going to the bathroom. Yeah. That's when you grab her phone and flush it.
And
Do
you
know what I'm
flush it
saying?
away, right,
And
okay.
when she goes, what happened to my phone? You'd be like, I don't know, baby, do you want me to ring it? You must have left it somewhere else.
And then what you do, you did a Jedi mind trick and go, oh, you idiot, you lost your phone again, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you just hand everything over to them.
Exactly.
And then it's nothing to do with you.
You ain't got to worry about it. So,
Right,
you know
okay.
what I mean? But listen, seriously, all right, I mean, I don't know what kind of sexual problems are going on out there, but there must be some, and let's try and fix them, eh?
Well, there's a new kind of thing out there. It's like Viagra, but you can buy it over the counter.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe the guys need to get it. It's only like £7.97.
Herbal Viagra substitutes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can get it over the counter. You don't have to go to your doctor. Go buy it. Maybe that will help, keep your girlfriend's mind off the phone ringing.
All right,
£7.97 or something like
stuff
that.
that, constantly you get emails. If you've got an email account, you'll have received these emails
Yeah.
saying, right, you know what I mean, Viagra, this, that, offering you all these sorts of things. So you don't even need to go out of your house. You can just go to your inbox
and go,
order.
pop.
Do we know anybody that's ever ordered anything from an email that they got in? And whether they got it or not?
No, I don't actually. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, possibly your mate Dave. Do you know what I mean?
Possibly.
Any time you're in doubt, just throw Dave in.
Yeah,
do you know what I
just
mean?
throw a bit
Possibly
of
your
Dave.
mate Dave
Maybe.
has probably done that, and probably been quite happy.
Oh, if you've got some of that herbal Viagra, then let us know if it works.
Yeah.
Some geezer come back from Thailand the other day recently and said to me they got something out there called Dragon Power.
Right, okay.
Right, which is something like a kind of herbal Viagra thing. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And they call it Dragon Power. You have to be very careful, do you know what I mean? You can still feel its effects a couple of days later, apparently.
See, back in the old days with my older brothers, they used to use this thing called Stone.
Stone.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That was before Viagra, and you used to have to rub it on yourself. and it worked. Listen.
That's got to kill the moment,
But you did before, obviously. You don't go, hold on, love, let me get my Stone.
Wait.
But allegedly...
Yeah, but when's the moment? Like, when is it? When do you apply the Stone? When you're at dinner and it looks like you get to dessert and everything is looking gravy, do you go, excuse me, go to the bathroom and use your Stone, or do you wait till you get back to the flat? Do you do it in the cab on the way home?
Okay,
How do you sort that out?
I don't honestly know. I've never used Stone or Viagra, but again, it's an interesting question because the one I've always worried about. So imagine you're out on a date, right, and you've got Viagra or Stone in your bag, yeah, and you think, my God, this is on. I'm going to make sure this works. So you get your Stone, you rub it on, or you take your Viagra and it's working.
So it's such a good thing people can't see the actual hand movement.
Rub it on.
Jeez.
You get your Viagra and you take it, and then you're ready, ain't you?
Yeah.
And then she gets back, and then you sit down, and she goes, you know what? I don't really fancy it.
Yeah,
so basically, what you're then left with was a rock hard one for how long? What happens? Have you just got to, I don't know, masturbate it off or...
Oh, man, okay.
No, but these are honest questions, you know. I don't know. I mean, or do you just sit there with
Do you know what?
on?
I think I actually liked it when you just swore for no reason. I think that was actually easier. Do you know what I mean? That was just... Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
You know?
Well, you know, Stone, Viagra, herbal Viagra, whatever. Use it if you want to use it.
I hope that all works out for you.
You're listening to Jason and Iyare. Thank you very much.
For fans of cookery. They've invented an
So
onion.
we've gone from stone
Yeah.
to Viagra to cooking.
Can you hear me trying to change the subject?
Yeah.
Somebody came up to me this week and said, "Rah, man, it's a bit close to the bone, your podcast, isn't it? Yeah, you love it and you sweary all the bloody time. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not big
Right.
and it's not clever." So what I figured is change the subject.
Cooking.
Cooking, all right? So
Let's
if
go.
you're a fan of cooking, they've invented a new type of onion that doesn't make you cry when you chop it.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
How helpful is that?
Very.
Have you ever chopped onions and then got your eyes watering?
Do you know what? I now
Stinging?
opt for red onion, which makes
Less.
your eyes water less.
It is less full of the oniony eye poison.
Do you know what? I couldn't actually tell you oniony eye poison like a snake.
Well, that's what they call it in scientific labs.
And I've not cut a regular onion in a very long time because I only cook with red onions now.
I only cook with red onions now.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other cooking tips that you have? You only cook with
Well,
red
you know,
onions.
I don't want to give too many away in this week's podcast, but
Okay.
I've got a few cookery tips up my sleeve.
Okay.
Short sleeve that it is, but you know, there's a
alright.
few out there. The thing is, they say scientists,
Yeah.
they've made this new. They're just fucking up the world, aren't they?
Well, I don't know.
An onion's supposed to make you cry. Just let it do what it's got to do. At least you know what you're going to get.
No, that's not right. It's just because something used to be one way.
Yeah.
That don't mean that it shouldn't change.
Yeah, but it don't kill ya.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
makes you cry.
It makes you cry.
It adds to the flavour of the food.
Exactly,
You're
but-
cooking and you're rushing around. You got to do an onion, and
Okay.
it's a little bit like standing in front of, I don't know, the Gestapo is about to shoot you.
Yeah.
You're like, right, I've got the onion, I've got to cut it, but I've got to try not. It's like a game you can play yourself whilst
but
cooking.
I think it's
How
alright.
far can I go before it doesn't make me cry?
No, I think it's all right to stop onions crying. And that's like back in the day. It's
Onions
like saying,
crying
"Oh
you."
yeah." That's all right to stop onions making you cry, all right?
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's like back in the day
Yeah.
before they used to put fluoride in the water. The water used to make you sick.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it wouldn't kill you.
No,
Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't no fun having the runs just because you was
True.
thirsty. So we changed the water, and now it don't make you ill. You can drink it from the tap. It's all good.
True.
It's all government juice. Drink it down.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Now it
Okay.
used to make you ill. Now it doesn't. You know, onions used to make you cry. Now they don't. Maybe we can improve other things using the power of science.
Don't ask me what, because I can't think. My brain's just seized
Well,
up.
do you know what I
can't
mean?
think of
Okay,
anything
like
else.
for instance, chilies that kept the flavour in the chilies rather than, say, for instance, you know when you cook chilies, you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
'Cause say, for instance, you're cutting up chilies and then you rub your eye.
Oh,
the
yeah.
chili gets in your eye and burn up your eye or whatever if you touched your nose or whatever. So maybe they could invent
Or your
chilies.
cock, imagine.
Right, yeah, because you do that a lot.
When you're cooking.
Yeah, I just think, I've just handled some chilies. What would
Sorry.
I like to handle next?
Sorry.
My own cock. Right. Anyway, right?
Ah, Jay, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. It was better when you just swore all the time, wasn't it?
Oh,
As
God.
yeah. Anyway, right? So the thing is, they could do that with chilies.
After all of that, yeah, they
Yeah.
could. You're right. Okay, so basically, big up the scientists for making onions that don't make you cry.
I think it's a good look.
Personally, if I go to supermarket and I've got red onions, normal white onions that don't make you cry,
Yeah.
I'm either going to go for the red or the white. Like I said, it's
You
like a
don't
game
want
to
the-
me.
Yeah, you don't want the genetically modified
Nah,
ones.
man.
And you know what I mean? You like to see how much onion you can chop before you cry.
Yeah, it's a game. You know what I mean?
Have
Especially
you considered getting a life?
no,
maybe?
listen, I've lived on my own a long time. You make these games up when you live on your own. Do
To
you know
fill
what I
up the
mean?
time and make it feel like.
How quickly can you get this done
Less
without it
lonely.
burning your eye? I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I say,
Well, good luck with that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I haven't played in a while because I don't really get any white onions. But now,
Now you might.
I think the last score was
Run the
like
gauntlet.
15 or something. So I'm
What,
like,
seconds?
Yeah.
Before you started to feel like you were going to cry.
So I'm gonna try and beat that. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Maybe, you never know. If next week you can do 20 seconds, let us know.
No, it needs to get less than 15.
Oh, right.
And within 15 seconds, I start to cry. So I need to try and cut the onion quicker, so in less time.
Oh, right. Okay, that's
get
the
it?
game. Yeah, I do get
You
the
wanna
game.
play?
No. Surely you should be trying to say, for instance, I'm going to cut up this onion, yeah? And I'm going to see how long I can keep it before I start crying. And so you should make it longer. So you're chopping up the onion, 15 seconds, don't cry. Whatever, don't cry, because you're a man, you're tough. Keep chopping up the onions, get to 30 seconds, keep chopping up the onions, you know what I mean? And then see how many
but-
onions you can chop before you start to cry too much.
I live on my own, so there ain't that much onion to chop. So,
That's all right.
bollocks, man.
All right, well, do you know what I
Anyway,
mean?
it's a
You can-
game.
You
Do
can
you know what I
chop
mean?
it for someone else. You go to your kebab shop.
Oh,
right?
God.
Go to the local kebab shop and say, "Would you mind if I chop the onions for you?" They'd probably be like, "Well, you know what I
like,
mean."
"Go on, then."
As long as you're not asking for a discount doner or something,
Yeah,
they'll probably
yeah.
be cool with it.
Okay.
You go in there, chop up some onions, see how much onions you can chop up before you're crying like a bitch around all of the Greeks.
Crying like
Yeah,
a.
like, you know what I mean, like a bitch. I'll say it again. And when obviously, like a female dog.
Yeah, of course.
All right, do you know what I mean?
Because we're working hard to get the swearing out of this shit.
Okay, yeah.
Podcast.
Yes, there you go. You can't help yourself.
All right, so there you go, man. Another week, Jason and Iyare at large. It's the podcast. Check it. That's sweeping the nation.
Yeah. All right, I suppose at least you didn't swear. Email us if you fancy it. At largepodcast@googlemail.com. We'll catch you next week. Peace.